Hey Pyjama Bosses, it's Miguel here from my office, and in today's episode I'm going to be showing you how to plan to make $1 million in network marketing. Now, for some of you, $1 million may seem a little bit out there, right? So if you're planning to make $100,000 in the next 12 months, this episode is also for you. So the only thing you need to do is pretty much sit down, relax, maybe you have pen and paper and write, and yes, the reason I'm using this fancy thing today is because I'm about to use technology, believe it or not, to actually draw a few things and show you exactly how Masa and I plan for $1 million in network marketing and how you can actually do the same whether you want to make $1 million or $100,000 a year. So if you're looking at planning for 2019, this episode is for you. So let's go and get it done. Excellent. So welcome again to Pyjama Bosses TV. In today's episode, in this week's episode, I'm going to be showing you how you can have the clarity on how you can make $1 million a year in network marketing. So as you can see, today I'm seated right here on my desk in front of my computer. And I'm going to be drawing a few things. And usually, I do it right there. As you can see there, the whiteboard or the whole wall. But today I'm going to use a little bit of technology today, old school versus new school. So the new school is I'm going to be using something called iPad. And I'm going to be sharing the screen with you in just a second. And the reason being is because I might be, erasing some things and drawing some things. And I want to make sure that it's, as clear as possible. Because when people understand really what it takes to make, $100,000 a year or $10 million or $1 million a year, it doesn't really matter the number. When you have the clarity of what it takes, then you can break it down and bring it down to the point where you know exactly what you need to do today. And yes, I understand it's all about taking massive action and, and talking to people, sponsoring them, following up, presenting, all these things. But at the end of the day, also, it's all about having that clarity, that clear understanding when you actually write that goal of making $1 million a year in network marketing, becoming a millionaire in network marketing. It's about having that mental picture of what it is in terms of what is it that you need to do to get there. And again, having the mental picture, you can have a mental picture of, the car you're going to buy, the house you're going to have, the lifestyle you're going to have. But again, that comes down to when you're making $1 million a year, right? So what does it take to make $1 million a year? Have you ever thought of that? So today I'm going to be showing you, in just a second, yes, I'm going to be showing you exactly how Masa and I kind of plan for our goals. And when it comes down to network marketing, how we plan for the $1 million a year income. Okay. So if you're ready, I'm about to share the screen with you and show you how we do it. Excellent. So I hope you guys can all see my screen right now. So where should we start? Well, the first thing is, as I said to you, I'm gonna show you how Masa and I, would plan today, and we've done in the past, obviously, on how to basically make $1 million or understand what it is that is required of us to make $1 million in our business in network marketing, right? So the first thing, a few basics kind of concepts to understand as we go into it is, regardless of the company that you guys are in at the moment, okay? So there is one thing, I'm gonna use this one. So one thing is, let's say the dollar value. You basically, whenever you make some sales, the company, has a product company and has a dollar value. Now, out of that dollar value, then you have an internal currency, right? You could call it OV, you can call it VV, PV, I don't know, it has like 100 different names. The question is, this is internal currency, right? And based on this, right, based on that, you get paid a percentage, right? And this is the check that you're making. That's what you earn. Yeah? You earn based on a percentage of this internal currency. Yeah, so far so good. Yeah. So now, depending on companies, the percentages kind of change. And again, I'm not here to say this company is better than the other. All the companies are good. The products that you all have in your MLM company have to be good. Otherwise, the companies would be out of business, right? So let's start with that. Now, in regards to that, every single company has a different type of compensation plan. Some, claim to be better than others. And again, for me, in my personal experience, I think at the end of the day, if you do the work, you get paid. If you do the work better than others, you get paid better than others. If you have better results than others, you get paid better than others. It's as simple as it gets. Now, let's go back to the dollar, the volume in terms of OV, internal currency, and then what you earn. So, for example, the thing to understand is if you wanted to make, let's say, $1 million a year, right? $1 million a year. Okay, let's say a year. If I went back to what it takes to do per month, it would be around maybe 80, 87, I think it is. But let's just round up to do 100K. Okay, let's just try to say, let's say 100K per month. Okay, that means that every single month your check should be $100,000. Okay, so what do you need to do to earn $100,000? So here's how Masa and I work it out. First of all, you in the company, you probably get started people with maybe 1, 2, or 3 different packages or 3 different levels. And I don't know, maybe the first one is, let's say, $250 in value, okay? The second one is maybe $500 in value, and as an example, okay? And the third one is about $1,000 in value, okay? Now, those values have attached a VV, okay? And maybe that's 125, maybe that's 250, and that is 500 VV, OV, you name it. It doesn't really matter so much. So the question is, once you have that, then the question is, how much do you get paid? What kind of percentage do you get paid if everything went well and in an ideal world you were able to maximize the compensation plan in your company? You would be paying usually between anything between 3 and I would say 10% of this VV that you're doing. Okay, now how would that work? Well, first of all, the question is, what is the package that you're promoting, right? Are you promoting the 250, you're promoting the 500, or you're promoting the 1,000? Okay, so the one that you focus on, that's the one that you should be calculating everything on. And again, there is not a perfect science. This is just an approximate number. They can give you an idea of the amount of work you're going to have to be doing in the next 12 months, starting today. Okay, and since we are at the end of the year, I guess it's a good time of the year to start planning your goals for 2019. So if your goal is to become a millionaire in your business, I guess this is a good chance for you to understand probably how much it would take for you to actually do it. So first of all, let's say your goal is 100,000 again in a month. Okay, and we can go back to other goals, and there's a trick. There's a reason to my madness. Okay, so if you bear with me. So the first thing is, okay, well, first of all, usually with companies, okay, let's just say that out of, let's say $1 million in revenue, usually, let's say, about 500,000 would be about 50% usually around. It depends on companies, 50% is the OV, the VV value, okay? And out of that, you get paid 3 to 10% of that, right? So if you were making $1 million, that would be 500,000 OV, and 10%, let's just say that you can maximize the compensation plan and with bonuses and everything and this and that, you were able to, for this example, again, doesn't mean that it has to be like that, but for this example, that you're going to get paid 10%. So it makes it easier for me. I'm not so good at maths. So if you bear with me, That will make more sense. So that would be how much? 10% of 500,000, that would be $50,000. Okay, so that would be $50,000 a month. Yeah, until then, all these numbers are kind of clear, right? So out of a dollar value, then it becomes a volume value, internal currency value, and out of that you get paid a percentage, okay? Now, in an ideal world, as I said, if you were to earn as much as possible from the volume that you're bringing, if that was ideal, you know, for 100,000, you know, let's say that for this argument's sake, you know, you say that you're doing $1,000 package, okay? Now, $1,000 package means that you are bringing 500 VB, okay? So that means that for you to make $100,000, right? That is $50,000. So that means it would have to be double. So instead of 500, it has to be $1 million or a million internal currency, and that would mean that is, you know, $2 million a month in revenue. Okay, for some of you that might look like it's a lot. For some of you may look like it's not that much, you know. And again, it comes down to where you're at in your business. And if it looks like it's too much, just bear with me. At the end of this video, you will see why I'm doing all this, because then you can break it down in smaller bite-sized pieces. Okay, so if that is the case, you know, you are aiming for $2 million. So if you were to divide $2 million in revenue, okay, $2 million in revenue, you were to divide that in between $1,000 package, right, which is the one that you're focusing on, okay, what would be the number for that? 2,000 packages? Yes? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2,000 packages. Simple maths, right? I guess I'm not, hopefully I'm not wrong, otherwise I will have to re-edit this video. So 2,000 packs of $1,000, correct? So my goal every single month would be, if I was as powerful as I can be, and I can do that in 1 month, okay? My goal, okay, let me just raise that again. My goal per month would be 2,000 packs of $1,000, or 2,000 packs of 500 BV, OV, whatever that is. And that equals to, you know, a pack, you know, that has whatever amount of products is equal to that, okay? So that would be the focus that I need to do every single month, right? So many packs every single month. Now, here's the beauty of, and the amazing thing about this amazing profession. This is what you will need to do on a monthly basis in order for you, in this case, in this scenario, right? This theoretical scenario, for you to earn $100,000 a month. Yes? Now, the reality of it is, life is not perfect, so volumes may have to go up or down depending on how you can maximize that compensation plan. But the beauty and the amazing thing about this industry is that you're not alone. You are not doing this alone. That means that you have team members. That means that when you have a look to the 2,000 packs, that may seem a lot for one person, or maybe you're, you know, so powerful that it doesn't look like it's too much for you, which is great. But if it is, then when you think about it, let's say that you have 10 leaders, you know, 10 leaders, and they had 10 leaders each. 10 leaders each, okay? And at the same time, they had another 10 leaders each. You guys see where I'm going with this? Can you see how all this effort to do the 2,000 packs doesn't require you to work 100 times harder. When you structure your business, when you have leadership, things are much easier, and you have a system where you're using, the power of tools to actually leverage the time of everyone's effort, right? Things can happen so much faster. Now, the reason I was saying to bear with me, if you're not at a level of where you can plan in 2019 to make $1 million, right? Think about this for a second, and I'm gonna go back to, let's say, where's this? This one, okay? So if I go back to this scenario, and I'm gonna change the color here, maybe to, let's say, bright green, okay? Now, we are planning for $100,000 a month. But what if we were to plan for $100,000 a year? Okay, instead of 100,000, that would be an average of $10,000 a month, right? So $10,000 a month. That may seem more achievable for you. Okay, and again, there is a reason to my madness. So if I was to do that, that means instead of $1 million in volume in internal currency, you will need to do how much? 10 times less, right? 100,000. And this would be again 10 times less. So that would be how much? 200,000, correct? Yes. So when I go back to the packs, instead of 2,000, it would be how many? 200, correct? So going back to this scenario, okay? My goal to make $1 million a year was 2,000 packs per month. Now, my goal to get 10K a month would be how many? 200 packs in a month. Of what? Of the $1,000 pack, or 500, OV, VV, PV, whatever internal currency you guys are using in your company, they would equal again certain amount of product. Now, this is an example. So you need to translate this to your company, not your compensation, but your company and their starting pack. If you do have a starting pack, that starting pack, that would equal to a certain amount of, internal currency, and it would equal to a certain amount of product. Okay, then the only thing you need to calculate is the number of packs, okay? The number of packs that you would need to, in an ideal world, if you were so powerful that you can do anything you want in 1 month, okay? How many packs you would need to sell consistently every month to achieve that goal. Now, why do I break it down 10 times less? Because right now, when you have these 10 leaders, guess what happens? If you're aiming to make $1 million a year, most of the time what happens is you're gonna have at least 10 leaders that are gonna want to do, guess what? They're gonna want to do at least $10,000 a month. If you can help these 10 leaders to do $10,000 a month, that means to sell 200 packs, guess what happens? You're gonna achieve your goal. In addition to that, they have 10 leaders themselves. And then guess what? These 10 leaders, they only need to do 20 packs each. But again, these leaders, they have another 10 people. You guys see what I'm saying? So the only thing they need to do is 2 packs a day. Can you get a structure in your business that you have 10 leaders, they can have 10 leaders, they can have 10 leaders in 3 levels? And just by the bottom level, helping the bottom level or the people that are coming in to do 2 packs per month, sponsoring brand new people. I'm not even talking about the ones that are there, they are purchasing on a monthly basis. That's in addition. Can you see how getting people to do, in this case, in this scenario, 2 packs a day is something that is achievable? And it doesn't require you working 100 times harder. It's all about leveraging the leaders that you have and helping them to achieve their goals, okay? Now, some of you might be saying, well, yeah, but my company doesn't pay the 10%, or my company, my compensation plan is different, or, all these things. Now, I do agree with you. Not all the companies have the same compensation plan. Not all the companies have the same structure. Not all the companies have the same products. But here's the thing that all the companies have. They have a compensation plan, first of all, that starts with a product or a number of products in some packs. And those packs have an equivalent to a dollar sign, right? $200, $500, $1,000, it doesn't really matter. Then out of those, there is an internal currency, and you get paid a percentage of that internal currency. Now, from that internal currency, you get the check. Now, based on that check, you can say, well, if I want to earn this much, I reverse engineer the whole process and go back to the pack. And if I need to do, let's say, a $250 pack or a 200 OV or VV pack, whatever that is, it always equals to a certain amount of dollars. And then you can put a number of the packs that your organization needs to sell or move. And when you do that, that equals a certain amount of check for you. And that would equal a certain amount of check for your leaders. Okay? So hopefully all that, it's a little bit more clear now that we are ending the year. I hope that kind of brings a little bit of clarity, to all of you that are watching this video. Now, this world is not perfect. Nothing goes as we plan, as you guys understand. But at least when you're thinking about that $1 million income per year or $100,000 income, you can think about what you're going to be doing with that money. You can think about all the tools and perks that come with getting that kind of income. But at the same time, you need to have the clarity of, if I was to focus today and I need to focus my team to do something and to achieve certain goal that is practical, that is clear. If somebody came to me today and they said, I want to make $10,000 a month, the first thing that I would say to them is, okay, what kind of starting pack are you promoting? How much volume in BV, OV, or whatever internal currency is that? And how much in an ideal world in your compensation plan you get paid on? Once I know that, then I would say, okay, well, if I want to make $10,000 a month or I want to make 100,000, then I would say I would need an equal amount or this amount of packs. So let's focus now and let's get 10 leaders, they can help 10 leaders, they can help 10 leaders, or 5, they can help 5, and they can help 5. Now, the biggest mistake that I see sometimes, people make is to do the small business kind of mindset, or to have the small business mindset. And that mindset is, it's all on me. Nobody can do as good as I do. So by default, I'm going to take charge and I'm going to do it on my own. You can if you want, but that most probably is not going to be as sustainable as if you were to help others to achieve their goals in this amazing profession, where by you helping others, you can help yourself. Okay. So with that said, this is Miguel from Pyjama Bosses TV. I hope you enjoy this episode today. If you have any questions, as usual, please make sure that you come and ask. In regards to Masa and I, we are always very excited. We love helping people in the industry of network marketing. That's what we do for a living today. And we are super excited when we have amazing success stories of our students, that probably struggle or used to struggle a little bit in the industry. They come to us and we give them the clarity in a way where they can actually put their head down and go to work, and they go and make it happen. So in that regards, if you're one of our students and you're watching this video, I'm very, very proud of you. If you're not, and you're looking for mentorship in some way, shape, or form, there will be some links around here. By all means, just make sure that you click on that link and do what's basically the process that it is, so you can actually have a chat with one of my staff or myself and see how we can help you further. In the meantime, I hope you guys had an amazing end of 2018, and hopefully you're already thinking, how can I end up this year with a bang, a big, huge bang, and so that I can start 2019 already in motion. In the meantime, have an amazing day, and we will see you soon. Bye.